Do, 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 do. Good evening, Mel. How are you doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining me tonight for Music Trivia. Amy, good evening to you as well. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, Amy. Scaly Nona, Inner Peace, good evening. Thank you for your time tonight. Well, thank you, Scaly Nona. Gayla, hello, Will, and everyone. I'm listening and baking snickerdoodles. Snickerdoodles. Oh, I want snickerdoodles. That's my favorite cookie, snickerdoodles. Doing great. Thanks. I'm looking forward to not knowing the answers. Well, you'll never know. We'll have to, kind of work through it. You have one of four, the answers. The answers displayed on the screen. So sometimes, when I don't know the answers and I look at multiple choice questions, I use, kind of to use, as much knowledge. It's like, well, I don't think it's that one, and try to rule one out. So then I only have 1 and 3. So instead of 1 and 4. But good luck. Rotary Dial, good evening. Look at Gayla, Rotary Dial. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Process of elimination, right? That's what I do with some of that. And I'll tell you right now, Mel, when it comes to a lot of these questions, I either the crime trivia or music, I don't even know all the answers to them. So sometimes, after I put these together, I'll go back, after I make the actual slide presentation with the questions and answers on it, and I'll go back and I'll actually research, the actual questions themselves. The ones that are curious, I'm curious about. I don't know the answers to them, and when it kind of surprises me, I had no idea, and I'm not kidding, until last weekend, and before I actually did the trivia question about the one and only person that was ever kicked out of Little Richard's band. I had no idea that Jimi Hendrix played in the band with Little Richard. Had no idea. And then I looked it up, and it turns out that the two of them have been long, that pretty much their entire lives they were friends. All the way up until tragic events. Can't know everything. Good evening, Rihanna. Purple. Welcome. Okie dokie. Good evening as well. Karen Cato. Good evening. Wow, I never knew that either. Yeah, I didn't have any idea. No idea. They just don't seem like they would be, in the same, era. Let alone, the same type of music. Completely opposites. But they were long time friends, and they respected each other immensely, and their different types of music and everything else. I had no idea. Greetings, Shutters, and thank you for trivia night. Well, I'm glad you're here. I hope you have fun. Give it a couple more minutes here, and then we'll get this party started. I found out what my technical issue was from Saturday, yesterday, why I couldn't get these stupid slides to work. And it turns out in the actual scenes itself, on the graphics, you can add a background, like green screen background, and I have it turned off right now, obviously, because this is real. All this is real. I don't need a background, but it was turned on for some reason, so it would not. What it was doing was the picture you're seeing now. It was putting the slide behind all of that. So we live and learn. Live and learn. Hendrix was in the military. His guitar was his prized possession. Yeah. Good evening, Cement Shoes. Yeah, Jimmy and the Army didn't get along. They weren't very conducive to each other. Lieutenant RN, good evening. Mary, good evening, Mary, and welcome to Music Trivia. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Scroll up here, make sure I didn't miss anybody. The Eagles concert was fantastic. They played for 3 hours. That is so cool. I wish I would have seen the Eagles. Hopefully someday. Samantha Mustard, good evening. Welcome. Welcome to Music Trivia. Hopefully someday they'll all get a chance to see the Eagles. I would love to see them. Carlos Santana is coming to my town to play, I think in April, so next month. Carlos Santana is coming here. I might see if I can get some tickets to that. I'm pretty sure my daughter would, might enjoy that. Or maybe I don't think my wife would enjoy Carlos Santana, but maybe. Janie, I finally made it back. It feels like it's been forever. Yeah. With us to play Music Trivia. All right. Get this started. Here is the first question. Some of you got a sneak peek at the first question already. On Johnny Cash's Forever Words tribute album, who did You Never My Mind? Was it A, Kurt Cobain, B, Chris Cornell, C, Earl Haggard, or D, June Carter? Jennifer Hill, good evening, Will. I hope you had a great weekend. Santana would be awesome. I had a relaxing weekend, Jennifer. I didn't do much. But yeah, I want to go see Santana. I've seen Santana play, before. So I think it'd be a concert. I saw him at Jones Beach in Long Island, New York. Carlos Santana. That'd be cool. Jones Beach. Cheating from last night. B. Yep. Smith Shoes is going with B. You never knew my mind. B as in banana. That's banana. B as in banana. Gwen Stefani. I had to think there for a second what B is in banana. Gwen Stefani. Or well, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. The former lead singer of my mind is just shot. I can picture it, but I can't. But anyway, E. Don Ho. Good evening, Inner Peas. get some in shoes. Don for E. Song. Good evening and welcome to Music Trivia. Saratoga, New York. Oh, that's cool. All right, question number 1. The correct answer is B as in boy. Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell, B as in boy, or B as in banana. Banana, nana, nana. Question 2. Where was the alt country band of horses formed? A, California, Santa Cruz, Washington State, Seattle, C, Texas, Dallas, or D, Florida, Miami. Where is the alt country band of horses formed? Where were they formed? Who the heck is Chris Cornell? L. Berber, welcome. Singer, Chris Cornell? No? Okay, well, I guess not everybody's familiar with his solo work and his bands. Technically, these are places. Yeah, Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun. I choose, I don't know. Where was the alt country band of horses formed? Santa Cruz, Seattle, Dallas, or Miami? Susie thinks it's B. Rihanna's going to be. Okie dokie going to be. This is not like. It's not mine either. It's not mine either. Trust me on that one. I'll tell you right now. I didn't know who this band was until I was putting the trivia together, and then I looked them up on YouTube to actually find out who the band was. Some of their music is pretty good, and if you're into the style of music that they play. Oh, okay, I know him. Inner Peace is going horses. Where was the alt country band of horses formed? Timbuktu. Timbuktu. I guess I need to check them out because I'm not sure what alternative country is. It's a thing. There's even alternative jazz. If there's like a mainstream media music genre out there, there is an alt version of it. Alternate, alt rap, alt country, alt rock. Yeah, every one of them. There's an alt version of it. I wonder if there's a channel 999. Like 999 now. Look up Jan Terry on YouTube. You'll laugh your ass off. She thinks she's wild horses. All right, question number 2. Where was the alt country band of horses for? Answer is B, as in boy. Seattle, Washington. Seattle, Washington. They're pretty much, all everything up there, aren't they? Isn't true country? Yeah. We play the record backwards and they all live happily ever after. Yeah, you play it backwards, Samantha. Your wife comes back, she brings the truck, and your dog likes you again. All right, question 3. What was success then that Barry, Maurice, and Robin Gibb had? What's the name of the successful band that Barry, Maurice, Robin Gibb had? Was it A, ABBA, B, the Bee Gees, C, Saturday Night Fever, D, Power Station? What was the successful band that Barry, Maurice, Robin Gibb had? Country of today isn't the same as 30, 40 years ago. Oh, no. God, no. It's nowhere near the same. Some of the newer, country, like John Party, he's more of a style of the past, country. But then, on the other end of it, you've got like Morgan Wallace. Morgan Wallace's music is more rock, influenced, country. And then you have like your artists in between there, like your Luke Combs and and stuff. But it's an ever changing genre, just like just like everything else. Rock and roll has changed. Metal has changed. Easy listening, has changed. Is it for the better? I don't think so. Not in every aspect. There's more of a variety out there, I guess, now than there was before. B, my husband wants Staying Alive played at his funeral, and I'm not joking. Staying Alive at his funeral. That's funny, Rihanna. Your husband's a hoot. I had a boss years ago who looked like a lost member of the Bee Gees. Did you? A guy who looks like he probably hasn't bought new clothes since the 1970s. Yeah, every time I see him, he's always wearing a dress shirt, a button-up dress shirt, and it looks like he bought it in 1973. They're all clean, and everything else, but they have the big collar, but he's always wearing one. That's just who he is. He's just that style of an individual. What he likes. I've never seen the man wear a t-shirt. I mean, I would assume he has a t-shirt on underneath the dress shirt, but if he's out mowing the lawn, he's wearing that shirt. One of those white collar shirts. Nice guy, peculiar. I'm just here for the entertainment. There was a sister in the Gibb family. I didn't know they had a sister. I just knew of the brothers. I mean, I guess it's probably a good thing in the music industry as well. A man who's true to his style. Yeah. What was the successful band that Barry, Maurice, and Robin Gibb had? The answer to question 3 is B as in banana. B, the Bee Gees. Question 4. Which band served as the house band at Andy Warhol's New York City studio? Which band served as the house band at Andy Warhol's New York City studio? Was it A, Nico, B, the Starlighters, C, Velvet Underground, or D, Tripper's Delight? Told me her son to take her to the Texas hole back of the head and used her as a puppet to tell stories. Which band served as the house band at Andy Warhol's New York City studio? Was it Afro Man? Get high. Absolutely love the Velvet Underground. Yeah, I don't think I have any records by Velvet Underground. I know I have Lou Reed. This is a promo album. Lou Reed, Transformer. Promotional album, not for sale. But I don't think I have any Velvet Underground. CCC Cherries. Take a walk on the wild side. Do, 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 do. She said, do. She is going with the majority here. House band for Andy Warhol's New York City studio. Rapper's Delight. I said hippity hop, hippie to the hippie to the hip hop, and you don't stop. Rapper's Delight. Considered the first successful rap song of all time. First successful rap song. Anybody remember Dr. Demento? Yes. That's where Weird Al Yankovic got his start, was on Dr. Demento. Doctor Who? Dr. Demento. Yep, that's where I used to listen to Dr. Demento. I think it was on Saturdays, where at least where I live. That's when the Dr. Demento show came on. We had another one that was kind of like Dr. Demento that used to come on. We used to have, well, there back then, you had the radio. Everybody listened to the radio. You had the Casey Kasem with the weekly top 40, and you had Dr. Demento, and we had another one that was called the GNU's News. I don't know if anybody remembers the GNU's News. I think it was like a radio station out of St. Paul. But and then on Sundays we had Wolfman Jack used to come on that we used to listen to. Hear from Weird Al anymore. No. He's still out there making music, releasing stuff, playing. All right, which served as a house band at Andy Warhol's New York City studio? The correct is C, as in cat, Velvet Underground. Remember Wolfman? Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads. Question number 5, true or false? The night is as long as the sky is dark. Was the band Deep Purple originally called the Roundabouts? Is playing a show at our local casino later this year. That'd be cool. I remember Casey Kasem's, not sure how to spell it. It was the only radio we could get while in the car when traveling across the country. Remember making mixtapes? Recording music off of the radio. There's a talent that you didn't think you'd never use again. Making cassette tapes. You know the Fishhead song? The night is as long as the sky is dark. Was the band Deep Purple originally called the Roundabouts? Swedish Fish? Ugh, can't stand those candies. I've never liked them. My grandmother used to buy them, and then she had these little like candy dishes that she would put them in, and they would get so hard that they were like, they didn't dry out completely, but they were hard, like petrified rocks. Whenever we'd go over to her house, she'd have a dish sitting on the shelf to the kind of like the living room area before you go into the formal living room. She had them on. She's like, you some. My grandmother was weird. Swedish Fish, yeah. Mel Stiller is going with false. I paint old. You paint old cassette tapes. I got quite a collection right here behind me here. See, I got Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor, Houses of the Holy, Led Zeppelin, self-titled album, Led Zeppelin 2. Then I got Dirty Blues by Lightning Hopkins. Cookies are done. There was an art at the end of the radio song. Started was down the floor, the CDs. and having that 3 seconds before the next song started on the tape, I had it done flawlessly. These ain't gonna nothing on me. I was pretty good at it myself, figuring out that timing, that loop, waiting that how long, maybe like, and then pause it so it didn't make that harsh noise. I made a lot of mix back then, a lot. All right, question number 5. The answer for question number 5 is true. Deep Purple was originally called the Roundabouts. That was the name of the band before they changed it to Deep Purple. They were the Roundabouts. Question number 6. Some Kind of Wonderful was a smash hit for Grand Funk. In which decade? The 80s, B, the 70s, C, the 90s, or D, the 1960s? Your DJs DJs only got one question right so far. Hi, Jeannie. Welcome. Glad you could join us tonight. No S on the end. Thank you, okie dokie. I'll make a note of that. No S. Just roundabout. I'm glad she told me. I'm still here. You have not gone anywhere. Some Kind of Wonderful was a smash hit for Grand Funk. In which decade? D for donkey, says Mel. I'm getting it wrong because one letter. You want to go to Detroit? Why? Want to go? There's something that, like to see the sights there, Samantha? E, it was a movie and you loved it. Good evening, Sarah. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Hope all is well. I'm doing great myself, Sarah. I hope you were doing great. Detroit has been coming back. Roundabout, a song by Yes. I did not know that. Never been much of a Yes fan. I tell you the truth, I never even heard of Yes. Personally myself, until the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off came out. That was what, 1981, 82, somewhere in there, early 80s. At least I think it was. I'm not sure anymore. But it was long. It was back there in the 80s when Ferris Bueller's Day came out, and they had a song when Mr. Rooney gets a bus and sits down after getting his ass kicked, and then torn apart by the dog. When he gets on the bus at the end of the movie, and the little girl offers him a gummy bear that's been nice and soft and squishy because it's been in her pocket, and then he takes it and then flicks it. They play a song by the group Yes. That's the first time I ever heard of them. Been a while. Enjoyed no below temps until yesterday. It was a roundabout here that we first met. 1986. I knew it was in the 80s. I've seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off 365 times, from end to end. Watched it on VHS. One single VHS tape, 365 times, and it never broke. It was pretty scratchy towards the end of the times that I watched it. But my mother told me if I watched 365 times that she'd have it bronzed for me, and she did. Well, they made a cast of it, and then they made a bronze, and then they put replica stickers on it. I have it somewhere in a cardboard box. The VHS tape of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Okay, what decade did Grand Funk have the hit "Some Kind of Wonderful"? The correct answer is D as in dog. 1960s. I literally grew up thinking a car in reverse would erase miles. That kind of thinking makes it for one dumb teenager buying a car. Yeah, that poor Ferrari. But the question 6, the answer was D as in dog. Eric Schultz, Mary Stuart Masterson, and Leah Thompson. Question 7, who created the alien rock superstar Ziggy Stardust? Was it A, David Bowie, B, Alice Cooper, C, Gene Simmons, D, who came up with Ziggy Stardust? Hi, Linda. Welcome. Welcome, Abby. Good evening, Starfire. To music trivia. Who created the alien rock superstar Ziggy Stardust? Is it David Bowie? Alice would be an A. Is it spelled? Is it Allen or Allen? Alan Parsons Project. I'm not sure. A. There's got to be an A. E. Tom Wilson. Okay. How are you tonight? Remember me? Sounds like something that David Bowie would identify with. Ziggy Stardust. Extra trivia. What is David Bowie's real name? It's a good question. I'm sure I probably would know it if I saw it. Alan Parsons was a sound mixer for the Beatles and Pink Floyd. Important information. I've got 2 right. Will, did you look up the teacher from your hometown? No, the Norwalk. No, I have not had a chance to look into the Norwalk case yet. It's on my list though. I will be doing that tomorrow, Monday. My mom loved Bowie, but I don't think I've ever knew his name. It's on my list, Amy. I'll look into it tomorrow. Sounds like a name Frank Zappa would have named his kids. He named it one of somehow got broken. Regardless, I've got quite a few of the other albums by Zeppelin and Pink. I got a lot of Pink Floyd and albums behind me, but I know I don't have the Wall. Unfortunately, I gotta go. Now the people are collecting these things, like the first pressings for some of these, they're re-releasing a lot of them, but they go for 40, 50 bucks, on the low end. High end pressing up into the hundreds now. It's just ridiculous. Like, really? For what? All right, questions. Who created the alien rock star Ziggy Stardust? The correct answer is A, David Bowie. Colleen 41, good evening. Welcome to media. Ziggy Stardust was the alter ego, I guess you could say, of David Bowie. A as an apple. All right, question 8. True or false? Did song You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet? Did Cinderella, the band, release the song You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet? Sound difficulties? Yeah, I'm having issues here on my end. It keeps on popping up the notice that the stream, the strength of the stream is coming and going. It's bouncing all over the place right now. One is streaming at between two and 5, and the other one is at 3. There's not much I can do about it on this end. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is definitely me tonight. See, they sang, "Where's My Other Shoe?" Did the band Cinderella release the song You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet? B, it was a different band. Can't think of the name, but can hum it. That's not a true or false question. It's yes or no question. Wouldn't that be the same? True or false? True. They did release a song, or false? They did, yes or no, would it? Question 8. Did Cinderella the band release the song You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet? The correct to question 8 is false. B. That was Bachman Turner Overdrive, BTO, who released the song You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. But the band, Cinderella, lead singer left the band, did play the song several times in concert, but they never released it on any of their records. So they played the song, but they never released the song. Bachman Turner Overdrive. Rock born from white artists covering songs by black singers of which musical genre? A, bluegrass, B, blues, C, funk, or D, was born from white artists covering songs by black singers of which musical genre? E, Elvis music. Thank you. I will make sure that in the future the true and false questions are, correctly. F, gospel. Yeah. Excuse me. Rock and roll was born from white artists covering songs by black singers of which musical genre? Going to the blues festivals are fun times. I can't wait for the blues festival here to be back this summer. It's on the calendar, but everything that they at the outdoor amphitheater where they have it, in my state, is every all the shows is say um, dates and times to be announced for all the different concerts that they have. They're supposed to be there this year. Mask mandate in my state ends in 6 days on the 12th. So we'll see. Rock and roll was born from white artists covering songs by black singers of which musical genre? The correct answer to question 9 is D as in dog, R&B. I would have thought if I had to guess, I thought it would have been blues, but not according to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame says that rock and roll music came from white singers taking what were popularized songs within the African American community and making it, then re-releasing them and singing them. What became rock and roll. So that's according to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But I would have personally, I thought, but all right. Will, I'll take E, Elvis music for 500. All right. Next question, question 10 is the prize question. Oh, over here. Here's the rules for the prize again. And where my wrong way. I went the wrong way with that. I took myself off the screen there so you can read the entire thing, especially where, these rules have been approved by YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Twitch as of 1/10/2022. So read through, do a screen capture or whatever you need to do of the rules. But your 5 minutes starts as soon as I click on the next slide to show you the actual question. You have 5 minutes. If you want to use, the internet, phone a friend, ask your spouse, your better half, shout out the window and someone walking by your house or your apartment, whatever you want to come up with the answer. Next, so here we go. And today's question, I do believe, is $40 or an Amazon card of the equivalent amount, but you must be a U.S. resident. I cannot stress that. The one person who got the first one right wasn't even a U.S. resident. So here we go. Question 10. Alan Freed coined the term rock and roll while he was DJ in Cleveland working for WJW Winds Radio. He was fired after a riot occurred at a concert of Jerry Lee Lewis in Boston. Question: What did Alan Freed do for a living in the months after he was fired? Clock starts now. You have 5 minutes. Good luck. Two minutes. 2 minutes left. Forty seconds. Time is up. Ken started writing about his experience, making sure history would never forget. Promoter always. Yeah, I came out it. Okie dokie. I'm sorry. I went when everybody was doing the trivia. I went inside the house and she's been on the phone on hold for an hour now, trying to get somebody to come out and take care of whatever the hell the issue is. But it's not working at all in the house. Our internet is just all over the place right now. DLD, good evening. But Mel Stiller, you are the winner. Mel, you will see on your screen a link to an email address. You have 24 hours to email me at that email address so I can information so I can either send you you have your choice, either the equivalent $40 cash or a $40 Amazon gift card. Question number 11. Which rock and roll star is known as the Innovator, the Originator, the architect of rock and roll? Is it A, Chuck Berry, B, Little Richard, C, Elvis Presley, or D, Fats Domino? Well, Mel, you did. Yeah, I would accept it, either a writer or a music concert promoter, or show promoter. But I would have accepted each two, and you got it right. First one to chime in with the correct answer wins, and you did it. Oh, I gotta put myself back on the screen here. Now, if you scroll up through the comment section, you'll see an email address that I posted. It says it's been posted by host. You have 24 hours to email me at that email address, get your information so I can get you your winnings. I hope that didn't break up. next week the prize question will be worth $10. Mel, you won $40. You can either have the cash, $40 cash, or you can have an Amazon gift card that is worth $40. That's what you want, Mel. Question 11. Which rock and roll star is known as the innovator, the originator, and the architect of rock and roll? The Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Elvis Presley, or Fats Domino? It's right, Mel. It should be right on the screen now. It's on the screen. Interview. Thank you, Interpeace. All right, question. Which rock and roll star is known as the innovator, the originator, and the architect of rock and roll? The correct answer is B, as in boy, Little Richard. Little Richard. Yeah. Mel, Interpeace. I put it on the screen, and Interpeace also put it. B, September 18th, 1970. C, July 23rd, 2011. Or D, April 5th, 1994. When is the day that they say the music died? A, B, C, or D? I'm really sorry about the quality of the stream tonight. I'm sitting here watching it just dive all over the place. It's going from full strength to like nothing. American rock and roll musicians Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and Big Bopper J.P. Richardson were killed in a plane crash. Yep, a lot of superstars plane crashes back then. Drove your Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Saying this will be the day that I die. And bye bye, Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Yeah, I've never heard the song before. Don McLean, yeah. I've got the album in here somewhere. Maybe I've listened to it once, maybe twice. And the picture you see on your screen, in case you don't know who that man is, that is the Big Bopper himself. You literally know all the words. Yeah. It's a great song. All right, question 12. The answer to question 12 is February 3rd, 1959. Is when they say the music died. Ladies and gentlemen, all the other dates are when other musicians died. April 5th, 1994, Kurt Cobain. July 23rd, 2011, Amy Winehouse. And September 18th, 1970, Jimi Hendrix. But February 3rd, 1959 is when they say the music died. Patsy Cline died in an airplane crash too. Remember when the 45 record came out? The song took up both sides of it. I have some of those. They're called they're 12-inch EPs. All right, question 13. True or false? Is it true that Justin Bieber was discovered on YouTube? No, the 45 itself. This is John Lennon. Beef jerky and whatever gets you through the night. That was John Lennon. This is John Ono Lennon. And then the backside of it is blank. The Apple record label only on one side. Then I've got Mind Games and Mind Games. Part A, Part B. Here's something you probably haven't seen in a while. Got a whole handful of them here. The adapters. Anita Butts. Good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia, Anita. Sorry if I missed you earlier. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend, Anita. The adapter thingies. Yep. I don't listen to my 45s as much as I used to. Still have a whole bunch of them though. Got two boxes full of them over here. 2 cases. You know, they're probably about 60 or so 45s in each one, so about 120 of them over there. But a lot of them, I used to buy the 45s until I could afford the money to buy the record itself. So I would buy 3 or 4 of the 45s, then I'd buy the record. So a lot of them are, so I listen to the records every day. Every day. American Detective. All right, question 13. The correct answer is true. He was discovered on YouTube. Question 14. Which pop singer wrote the Like a Good Neighbor State Farm jingle? What pop singer wrote the Like a Good Neighbor State Farm jingle? Is it A, Elton John, B, Barry Manilow, C, Paul Simon, or D, Gene Simmons? And I know we can all hairs on this one. I don't know why the question is phrased as a pop singer. I've never put Gene Simmons in the category of pop music. So, but that was the question and how it was phrased. But which singer wrote the song, the Like a Good Neighbor State Farm jingle? It's A, absolutely, says Mel. B question mark says Jennifer. Ha, Gene Simmons, laughing emojis. Oh. I still have that Don McLean song going through my head though. It's like on repeat, just rewinding itself over and over again. Yeah, interpedes. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson did actually write jingles for Pepsi. I think when I was reading his bio or something like that, I came across it, or maybe it was I was reading about Neverland Ranch. I can't remember what I was actually. I don't know why I went down this rabbit hole for a while, just researching things on Michael Jackson and his life. There's a lot about Michael I had no idea about. I just knew him from his music. I love that Jungle, and I'm a commercial jingle freak. Has to be A or B. I think it must be B because it doesn't ring Elton to me. B. You love Barry. Barry's got a hell of a voice. I'll give him that much. Liz Jane, good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia. We are currently on question 14 of 20. I'm glad you could be here, though. Which singer wrote Like a Good Neighbor, the State Farm Jingle? I'm going to give you the answer to this, and then I'm going to tell you about another one that this person came up with that you definitely have heard if you've never heard the State Farm Jingle. I don't know of anybody who hasn't, but there's another one that he wrote, the jingle for, that is a lot more popular. Which singer wrote Like a Good Neighbor, the State Farm Jingle? The correct answer to question 14 is B as in boy. Barry Manilow wrote the State Farm Jingle, Like a Good Neighbor. But ladies and gentlemen, Barry Manilow's most popular jingle that he ever wrote is I'm stuck on Band-Aids because Band-Aids stuck on me. Yes, he wrote that for the Band-Aid company, Band-Aids. Stuck on me like Band-Aids is the actual jingle. But Barry Manilow wrote both of those. But he came up with the I'm stuck on Band-Aids because Band-Aids stuck on me. I have a few of those in a box somewhere. The 45 adapters. But Barry Manilow, I had no idea that he ever wrote jingles. Apparently, that's like a second gig for him, besides being a singer, and a hell of a performer. He's been doing jingles for a long time. Not something he just picked up in the end of the day. Question 15. Who is the youngest solo artist to ever hit the top of the Billboard charts with a single? Was it A, Michael Jackson, B, Billie Eilish, C, Lordy, or D, Stevie Wonder? Who is the youngest solo artist to ever hit the top of the Billboard charts with a single? Michael Jackson, Billie Eilish, Lordy, or Stevie Wonder? You might be surprised by this one, ladies and gentlemen. You might be surprised. Good evening and welcome. Say solo. Who is the youngest solo artist to ever hit the top of the Billboard charts with a single? If it's B, I'm going to eat the paper bag. My lunch is packed in tomorrow. Face something to smile about. Kentucky Fried Chicken grabs a bucket of chicken. Who is the youngest solo artist to ever hit the top of the Billboard charts with a single? Top of the Billboard charts. E, Tiny Tim. The Tiny Tim, what was it? A ukulele that he played? Tiny Tim played. Simon from Simon and Garfunkel. Well, now that Band-Aid song is stuck in your head. Well, you can replace it if you want with Don McLean's American Pie. That's what's going through my head right now on loop. Miss Masshole, good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia. Glad you could be here today with us. We're on question 15 of 20 right now. Purple is going with D. Stevie Wonder, love him. That's an oldie. Yeah. But it's better than having the Band-Aid song on loop in your head. Or I think I read something about like Barry Manilow had written or done something close to like 70 different jingles, but the State Farm and the Band-Aid one are, you know, two most popular ones. But most people don't know that he's been writing song jingles for commercials for an awfully long time. It's not just something he did, you know, later in his years. Who is the youngest solo artist to ever hit the top of the Billboard charts with a single? Song, not sing. I had no idea Barry Manilow wrote jingles. Neither did I. Neither did I until I was going through these trivia questions, and I stumbled on I went on to his Wikipedia page, which you can't take everything on Wikipedia as the truth, you know, or be correct. But I found that I went on to one of his fan pages and was looking at, you know, and reading what people they had posted a bunch of the different jingles. He's written everything from jingles for like Hertz Rent-A-Car, and there were so many different ones on there. I was like, I didn't know he did it at all. Who is the youngest solo artist to ever hit the top of the Billboard charts with a single? Question number 15. The correct answer is D, as in dog. Stevie Wonder did it at the age of 13 with the song Fingertips by Stevie Wonder. He was 13 years old, 2 days past his 13th birthday when the song was released, and it went to #1 on the Billboard charts. Tiptoe through the window by the window. That's where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Was it the single Fingertips? Yep. At the age of 13, two days past his 13th birthday when that song was released, making him the youngest solo artist to ever hit the top of the Billboard chart. Now, Michael Jackson would have qualified, you know, as the youngest, but he did it with the Jackson 5. The Jackson 5 is not a solo artist. Wow, I was smoking the wrong Ziggy. All right, question number 16. Why did Prince, the artist Prince, change his name in 1993 to an unpronounceable symbol? Why did he change his name to an unpronounceable symbol? Was it used fans? B, record company owned his name, or C, he loved the love symbol, or D, the symbol fit on his car? What was the reason why Prince changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol in 1993? Wow, I got a lot of B's really quickly there. B, 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 B. That seems to be the popular guess so far. B, 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 more B's. He wanted to get his questions wrong. The artist formerly known as Prince. I'll give Prince credit where credit is due. The man was extraordinarily talented, and he had some real gumption about him. And he took risks when everybody else would have gone the other direction and never did it. I remember seeing him. He came and played at a punk bar in downtown Minneapolis. A punk bar. But he did it. He needed more cowbells. Prince was a brilliant musician and showman. Yeah, he definitely was. Yeah, it was like 27 instruments or something like that. We guessed it because you haven't asked us before and explained in depth the answer. It was some time ago, but I think we learned something that night. Well, that's cool. I think it was Purple Rain. Wasn't that the album where he played 27 different instruments, or maybe it was like 30? I can't remember. It was some really high, number like that. Going with Mel's answer. Everybody looks like everybody's going with B so far for question 16. He was a Jehovah Witness, right? That's unfortunately used drugs. I don't know what his religious preference was, Liz. I can't. Maybe it'd just be a guess on my part. I don't know what his religious preference was. I just know he made beautiful music. He was extraordinarily talented. He was a smart businessman, and he took care of his friends and family. The answer to 15 is D, Stevie Wonder. Mel, we're on 16 right now. Not sure which album, but yes, a lot of instruments. Jehovah Witness. Wow. Like I said, I don't know for either way, left-handed RN. If he was a Jehovah Witness, Mormon, Christian, I don't know. I never got into his religion, and nor did it come into to be a factor, in me enjoying his music. He changed it because of Stevie Wonder. You could play. Why did Prince change his name to an unpronounceable symbol in 1993? Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is B as in boy, because the record company owned his name, and he wanted to renegotiate his contract, and they said, nope, we own your name, your likeness, we own everything about you. But he ended up finally, leaving the record company, and he got everything that he wanted from it all. But by changing his name to an unpronounceable symbol, the love symbol. Question number 17. Who Can It Be Now Knocking at My Door is by which band originally? A. Toto. B. Norton Buffalo. C. Men at Work. Or D. The Average White Band. Who Can It Be Now Knocking at My Door is by which band originally? All right, Interpeas wants more cowbells. If you're wearing headphones, I suggest you take them off for a second. Cowbells. More cowbells. You saw them live back in the 80s? And hey, who can it be now knocking at my door? Is band originally? Correct, Mel. But he was 13 when the song, 2 days past his 13th birthday when it was released. And it hit the top of the Billboard charts, #1. Interpeas. E. The Jehovah's Witnesses. Who the hell is the Average White Band? Liz James asks. They're a band. I got them in here somewhere. I don't know where they're at. They're in their top shelf somewhere. I love the Average White Band, but you're old. Well, I don't think any of them chickens anymore. Interpeas, the Mormon punk rockers. Betty Blue. Good evening, Betty Blue. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. All right, question 17. The correct answer is Men at Work. Men at Work. Question 18. In Bill's song video, first thing that happens in the video. This is from the video. A, they're to the ground. The bride and groom come in the room. C, a baby is born. Or D, Billy Joel plays drums on the table with two wooden spoons. In Billy Joel's song video, We Didn't Start the Fire, what's the first thing that happens? What is the first thing that happens? a little bit of everything in this one. He marries Christy Brinkley. You know, they actually really married. Billy Joel, song video. We didn't start the fire. What's the first thing that happens? Out of A's and B's. I like his earlier songs better. I'm gonna get Billy Joel out. I'm gonna listen to it later after the stream. If I can find it. I know they're in here somewhere. I really do need to organize these. I keep on saying that, and I keep on saying it, but it just keeps on getting pushed to the back burner. The things that I have to get done. Well, there's the average white band. Soul Searching. There we go. There's Billy Joel. Stranger. Moving Out, Anthony's song. The Stranger, Just the Way You Are. Scenes from an Italian restaurant, Vienna. Only the Good Die Young. She's Always a Woman. Get It Right the first time. Everybody Has a Dream. Picking Up the Pieces. Yeah. Starfire says The Stranger is by Billy Joel is her favorite. So many hits on one album. That is true. Okay, Billy Joel's song video. We didn't start the fire. What's the first thing that happens? The correct answer is the bride and groom come in the room. B as in boy. He carries the bride in through the back door or kitchen door in the video. And then the second thing that happens is Billy Joel is sitting at the table, the dining room table, and he's playing the drums on the table with two wooden spoons. The house catches on fire, later on in the video. Billy Joel is one of your faves. Love the Only Could Die Young, written after a girl had a crush on him, and his lyrics are about the discount canned beans. You don't write popular music for the label. Lucy Ricardo, yeah, kind of. She kind of does. All right, question 19. What hit Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers song was written by the Bee Gees? Was it A, More Than a Woman, B, Island in a Stream, C, How Deep Is Your Love, or D, Terror on the Airline? What hit song was written by the Bee Gees? What's up?
I need the thing to get nuts off, the small adjustable one with the blue handle.
Oh, you need an open. Okay. I know what you're talking about. You need an adjustable wrench.
Yes, the small one.
Okay, is that not in here? You know what the tool thing is in the house?
The one in the pantry.
Yeah, on the pantry shelf, all at the bottom.
I already checked that.
Cool.
Well, yeah, that's too big.
Okay. Well, what else? What size do you need?
I need
It's probably in there. I mean, it might be. How about a pair of pliers?
something for not smaller than this.
That's 9 millimeters. You need something smaller than 9?
Yes. Sorry, Cat.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I knew it, what is it for?
What do you mean? It's a small adjustable wrench with a blue handle.
Yeah, I know, but what are you trying to take apart?
Oh, the screen fixture on Mom's living room laptop.
So, yeah, I don't know where that little blue one is right now. It might be in that with the tools in there.
I'll put that in here. Thanks anyway.
Yep.
Sorry, Cat.
Sorry, had a little bit of a sidetrack there. My daughter's looking for an adjustable wrench. I'm like, okay. I don't know where it is. I got about 1,000 of them in there, but none of them are small enough for what she needs. Inner Peace says, staying alive. Did you know that Staying Alive song to CPR 2 for the compression spacing? No, I did not know that. I used to think Kenny Rogers was a hunk back in the day when he was with the 5th edition, or when he was he went solo. I mean, he was a pretty good looking man. I mean, you know, his entire life, but you know, when he was with the 5th edition, he was, you know, singing rock and roll before he went country. Option number 19. The correct answer is B as in boy. Island in the Stream. Island in the Stream. Harley Dorman, no. But I've heard of People's Temple. Question 20. Rage Against the Machine. Now you do what they tell you. Killing in the Name of, a worldwide successful song. Where is the strangest place it's ever been played live by another band or person other than Rage Against the Machine? I know my icon is over the word they. I can't take that off. I'm sorry about how that actually spaced it out there. But now that you do what they tell you, Killing in the Name of, a worldwide successful song, where is the strangest place it's ever been played by another person other than Rage Against the Machine? A, underwater. B, International Space Station. C, Death Row, San Quentin. D, South African Parliament. E, UN building lobby. Or F, all of the above. You want to hear the original, unique, cool one of a kind type of song? Look up Nursery Rhymes by the People's Choice. This song will get you down. Whether you like it or not, I guarantee that much. Harlan, I will look that up. Nursery Rhymes by the People's Choice. All right? People's Choice. Nursery Rhyme. Thank you, Harlan. And sorry I didn't say hello. Or I'm sorry if I missed you. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Are you CTS, Will? What, Liz? I don't know what CTS stands for. What is CTF? Oh, time zone? No, I'm Pacific Daylight Time, PDT. Pacific Daylight Time. CTS is Central Time Zone. I'm the West Coast of the United States of America. Central Time Zone. Yeah. Where is the strangest place that song "Killing in the Name of" has been played by another band or person other than Rage Against the Machine? Pacific Standard Time. Rage Against the Machine. Now you do what they tell you. Killing in the Name of. That's the name of the song. A worldwide successful song. Where is the strangest place it's ever been played live by another band or person other than Rage Against the Machine? I think all of those are pretty much weird places. Excuse me. How can they play underwater? Nola. Good evening, Nola. How you doing? They got to do what they tell you. Told you, yeah. So, where is the strangest place that anyone has ever played "Killing in the Name of"? The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is A, as in apple, underwater. It was actually played by an entire band. They held an entire concert at the bottom of a swimming pool. A swimming pool. Every single one of them. They had they drums, they played the guitar, everything underwater. How did it work? I don't know. They obviously they did something to make sure that it wasn't going to electrocute them because of like electric guitars and stuff in water. But I think you can find the video online. But they are a band and they play music and do concerts in the strangest places imaginable. On top of a mountain, I think they played it, Mount Baker in Oregon. They did an entire concert. There's nobody there, but they live streamed the entire concert while sitting on top of Mount Baker. But they're always looking for the next big place to play. Oops, I should probably turn the stupid go full screen there. That's all 20 questions, by the way. I'm sorry. but the Underwater is where they played the entire album by Rage Against the Machine. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the trivia questions tonight. Oh, you're welcome, Betty. It was my pleasure. My pleasure to do this. A lot of people give me flack for doing it. They don't think it's right that I'm doing music trivia on a crime channel, but I enjoy music. And I think music is just one of those things that we can all find some kind of like common ground and interest in. Everybody loves music. And if we learn, even if we learn one thing, I mean, maybe tonight the one thing you learned or somebody else learned was that Stevie Wonder is the youngest solo artist to ever hit the top of the Billboard charts at the age of 13. 13 years old. He was the youngest. But maybe you learned something else. Thank you, Inner Peace. I came in late. Very interesting questions. Well, good. You can always watch it and rewind if you want to and watch the rest of it. They're always on YouTube. I know a lot of people watch the music trivia on Mondays. Far more people watch it on Monday than they do on Sunday. So that's all right though. I'm just glad people enjoy it because I do. Please do update me once you've had a moment to check it out. I'm curious on your take, seeing that you and your wife are really in good music. My dad introduced me to this when I was a kid. I will definitely look them up right after this, Harlan, and I will definitely let you know on the next one, or I'll post to the community tab here on my channel on YouTube. I'll post a link to the video, and music if I can. But I'll definitely let you know what I think of it. I will look them up right after this stream. Do what you do, Will. Always interesting, fun. Like to talk with you and other peeps. Always clean and just plain nice. Well, thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. We have a great community here, and I appreciate each and every one of you coming in, and playing. I look forward to these Sunday nights because this is relaxing for me. I mean, it doesn't take that long to put the questions together. Probably about an hour. Some of them I have, I tried to double check, each and every one of them, to make sure that they're factually correct. But every once in a while, one slips by that's not correct. And obviously, as was pointed out tonight, the true and false questions do need to be worked on a little bit. So I'll take that that feedback to heart, and I'll look into making sure the next ones are more of a statement. So, Duty Ron introduced you to me. Duty Ron's a hell of a guy. Mad respect for Duty Ron and everything that he does over there. I'm a little bit behind. I haven't had a chance to catch any of his live streams the last couple of days. So I'm gonna watch a couple of them tonight. Still, it's like 7 o'clock here now, 7 p.m. So I'll probably watch one after I eat dinner. Oh. Tomorrow, Linda. And if for everybody, if you want to know when content on my channel is coming out next, and if you go to my community tab here on YouTube, uh, you click on that, the very first post at the top of the page. If you click on see more, it breaks down every single day of the week and times that I upload and when anything is. Like when's the next live stream? When is the next skit video on Josh Duggar coming out? Or what, if you have a question like that, it tells you every single day, Monday, starting with Monday all the way through Sunday. And you can see exactly when my upload schedule is. But to answer the Josh Duggar one, the next skit will be out tomorrow at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock. I have to look at my calendar and it's not near me right now. It's in the house. But I think 2 o'clock. I think it's at 2 o'clock because the shorts come out at 1. Betty Blue, thank you. 10 to Life. She is great also. I've seen a little bit, but Duty Ron, definitely. Love Duty Ron's content. Where are you if you're not in your house? Oh, so I have this house the house that I live in was built in 1944, and this is the original garage that was on the property back when they built the house, and I turned this entire thing into a studio, for recording. There's actually 2 studios side by side here in what used to be. It's a 2-car garage, width-wise, but length-wise, this way you can park 4 cars in this space. But I turned this into the studio. But on the other side of my house, I have another 2-car garage that was built, I think, 1988. It's a steel building, but it's a 2-car garage. But that's the one we actually used, to park our cars and stuff in. We have 2 driveways as well. So, but this space was not being used for anything. I don't need 2 garages, but I have this studio space here, and then I have a little shop that's on the back side of this. And then you can still park, or I have a golf cart that's in here right now in the other studio. The big garage space, yeah. I have no idea why the guy built it. The guy who owned this house before me, he was an appliance repair business. So this was his space for storing appliances. He had his own retail location, but for some reason he needed a place at home to store things, tools, equipment, welders, whatever have you. But that's what this entire space was used for. He never even used it as a garage because the neighbors that we lived next door, they've lived there since 44. When that house was built, but he used this as a storage space. Will is fancy. Don't let him fool you. Yeah, I'm fancy. Certainly not rich either. So we're the housing community where I live in is about 2.5 miles outside of town, and this entire planned estate was built for engineers and scientists, but they all moved out, and a lot of these homes sat empty for the longest time because nobody wanted to live way the heck out here. You have to literally drive almost 5 miles to get to a 7-Eleven. That's the closest place to get gas or anything, quickly. So a lot of these homes sat empty close to 20 years. And then when they start selling, people start moving to the area to buy, to sell them back to and we lived on all the way on the other end of town. And then this house came up. My wife saw this place and she decided she wanted it. I'd never even seen it. She said, "That's the one I want." And I was so tired of looking at houses for so long. I was just like, you know what? If it makes you happy, let's buy it. So happy wife, happy life. Well, thank you, Harlan. Glad you could be here with us. Well, everyone, I'm going to wrap things up there. I appreciate again everybody being here today for music, trivia and conversation and questions. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I would appreciate it. And to everybody out there, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead and stay safe. And thank you